Let's go ahead and get started. This message is for the sign of Aries or Aries cross watcher. You can be any sign watching this. If you were drawn to click on this video, there may be something here for you. Whether it resonates right now or in the near future, welcome. Thank you. So I have something immediately for us. I had a dream last night. I've been having a lot of dreams. And I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys have experienced this, some of you. My dreams increase during the months of November, December, and January. Not that I don't have dreams throughout the year, but those 3 months, it's like they're clearer, they're more detailed, and they're more often. I have a lot of them. So last night I had a dream that I was walking up these stairs that led to literally nowhere. I don't remember anything being above the stairs or even below them. I just remember being on the stairs. You guys ever seen The Labyrinth? It was kind of like that, just stairs. And there was a person who seemed like a masculine energy that seemed to be not too far behind me, but not on the same step that I was. Like, it seemed like this masculine energy, the moment they would get closer, I would step up again. So I woke up and I was like, okay, what does that mean? And here's what I think it means for us guys. It's possible that, well, maybe there's a distance between you and someone. It could be a physical distance or just an emotional distance between you and another individual. They definitely feel this. You could call it sensing. They sense it. They know that you're either a step ahead of them or a step to the side of them. They're not right in your energy. But I do think this is someone who is interested in getting closer to you. They definitely want to get on the same page, on like eye-to-eye level. They want to speak to you, talk to you, reveal some things, maybe about their feelings. But they can't quite reach you. This could be someone who can't reach you. They don't know how to reach you or get in touch with you, or maybe they do, but they don't know if you're going to understand something that they want to say to you, understand something they want to explain. They may feel like you'll be quick to cut them off or something, because I'm telling you, the second this person would get close to me, I would get higher or move to the side. Like, I was always on a different step than them. And I think that's definitely our message today is someone may want to catch up with you, see how you're doing, see what's up, you know, but it's like you're distant from them now. You may not want to connect for whatever reason. Maybe you're just kind of in a mood. Maybe it has nothing to do with the mood, but something about this particular individual where you're like, I don't know if there's really anything between us. You know, it's really funny. You can't tell on camera, but my clothes are wet. I've been washing clothes like crazy, and I was like, well, I'm gonna need clothes to wear to do this video, so I went and got it out of the dryer. But it's not soaking wet, but it's damp enough that when I get up, this seat's probably gonna be pretty wet, and so is this sheet I have over my couch. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay, there's a reason I just said that. Well, I'm wearing black, so you definitely can't tell it's wet. You can't see it, but I can feel it. That's part of the message. Someone may even be rather emotional over you. Maybe they've gotten choked up over a few things regarding you. Maybe they're in their feelings, but they're not showing this on the outside. Again, the two of you are on two different levels. Could be even spiritually. You're just not at this time connecting. But I think they want to. So it wouldn't surprise me if somebody were to advance towards you in some way, make some sort of move, reach out, try to connect or reconnect. But initially they're going to kind of hold it in. They're not going to show you what they're feeling, because you can't feel what I'm feeling. It feels damp. It feels weird. It feels uncomfortable, actually. Like, it's not, damp clothes are not as comfortable as wearing dry clothes. So someone's definitely feeling a little bit uncomfortable about approaching you, about having a certain particular conversation. It makes them emotional. This could be an emotional person, even if it's a masculine. Like, this isn't a masculine who's like in their toxic masculinity. I don't believe so. I think it's someone who is rather tender. They have a kind heart, a big heart even, and they probably have been emotional over the situation with you, whatever that looks like. I don't know, it's gonna be different for everybody, but yeah. Let's write that down before I forget. So we have stairs. I'm wondering if this individual is almost in a way like their heart is growing for you because they feel your pain in some way. Like somehow I think this is an individual who knows that you may even be holding in some emotions. It's kind of how I feel. Like maybe somebody knows that you've just had to be strong in some area. You've had to be tough. Nobody's really been there to lift you up. I'm hearing that song by Rihanna, Lift Me Up. Maybe there's times in your life, or several, where you didn't really feel like many people lifted you up. You had to lift yourself up. I mean, nobody was helping you up those stairs in my dream. You were doing it on your own. And maybe this is someone who deep down in their core, they know this about you, or they see why you are the way you are, why you're so kind of maybe even guarded. And they're thinking, maybe a little bit of empathy, like, I see why you're so shut off. I see why you don't just, because you've been used, or because you've been hurt so many times, you've had hard lessons, you've been taken advantage of. Most of the overcoming you've had to do has been on your own, not because you've had some sort of partner get you through it, or some sort of support. Maybe you haven't had very much support at all. Maybe you've had none. Oh my God, do you see how bright it's getting in here? Like the sun just came out of nowhere. It's like somebody wants to envelop you. They want to wrap you in their arms and say, I'm sorry for what's happened to you. I'm sorry for how people have treated you, but I'm not here to hurt you. This could be someone new. I don't think it's someone you've connected with that's hurt you. If it is, they may come at you like, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean that, but I don't feel it as much. I think it's someone new. Because the sun that comes up every day, it's a new day. That's the vibe I'm getting. So someone may think that perhaps you cut them off rather quickly, or you've been rather harsh on them, but not because you're being judgmental. Maybe at first they thought you were judging them or something. Maybe they felt kind of like defensive in a way. Like, I don't know, but I think they're starting to see that you just aren't playing. You're not playing these little games. You're not fucking around, and you don't want someone to come into your life who has ulterior motives, who you have to be like guessing where they stand with you, as in the stairs, where they stand with you. You either stand with me or you stand against me. There's no in between. There's no lukewarm with me, right? They feel this from you, that your patience is thin. It doesn't mean you don't have it, but it's thin. And you have a fine line between certain things. You have very high standards. You have very strict boundaries. Because before you didn't. And you've been used and abused and taken advantage of, taken for granted, ignored, abandoned. I mean, all the above, you name it. But you're not playing victim in life. I just feel that you're a lot harder now. You're a lot harder. You don't let people in. And if you do, you let very few in. And you are super selective about who. I think somebody wants to get in. They want to, again, get on the same stair with you, see eye to eye. They want to have deep conversations with you and really let you know where they stand, see where you stand, and let you know that they're coming from a good place. They're not intending to harm you. They actually love you, I think. I mean, and maybe that's the point. You see how I'm doing that? Maybe that's the point. I think it is. I think someone wants you to trust that they truly love you, that they're actions towards you and their feelings, they meant what they said, or they mean what they say. They don't want to contribute to your pain. They're not here to hide things, to conceal who they truly are. If anything, they may want to show you even more who they are, because they realize that you're not privileged. You're not coming from a higher place because you've been given shit in life. You may be coming from a higher place because hard-learned lessons. It's almost like I've got your back. You know what I get? I feel that maybe even someone here has considered just giving up on it, you know, but inwardly you may have felt this. You may have been like, then fine, please do. Sometimes we can have a thing where, well, especially depending on how much we've experienced in our life, but if we've experienced a lot of pain and now we've learned hard lessons because of it, sometimes we can tend to test people off the bat, and not necessarily test them, but be like harsh off the bat. Like, if you don't like where I stand and what I stand for and who I am, go be friends or talk to or love someone else. You know, we're not the type as we age and go through pain where we have like honeymoon phases with people. We hate that. It's disgusting to us. And the reason is not because we're incapable of loving or being vulnerable. It's because, what is the point in all that shit? I want to see up front who you are. And you need to see up front who I am, so that you're not falling for the wrong person, somebody you think that I am. You either love me for who I am now, or you don't love me at all. That's the vibe I'm getting. So perhaps this person, you know, was a little bit, you're very different. You're not like anybody they've ever met. The way that you've been and how, I'm hearing brash and upfront and, what's the word? Matter of fact, initially, they're not necessarily used to that. They may have other people, or I'm hearing feminine energies, that they play a different role or they play a different card initially. More sweet and this and that. You have a lot of masculine energy coming through, although somebody can almost tell that it's your guard. It's your shield, because you've had to be your own protector. You're not waiting till time goes on to show someone this side of you. You're like, I'm going to show you this up front, and then you can get to the ooey gooey on the inside. If I feel that you're a safe person for me to be comfortable with, for me to open up to, and if not, then there's plenty of other fish in the sea. You ain't gotta like me. And I think that's the thing. I think that's what makes somebody so interested in you, but it's also I don't know if intimidating is the word. It's also just something they're not used to, again. And so perhaps someone has been considering, or they've set with the idea of just kind of leaving it alone, the connection with you. Maybe they pulled away, maybe they've been quiet, or maybe you pulled away and got quiet and they didn't really reach out or whatever. It's not because they haven't wanted to, I think. Because again, I'm going back to my dream. They're on those stairs with you. You just may not see them or feel them because you're not on the same level. But I think they want to get on the same level with you because they see who you are. See, a lot of times in life, we connect with people based on the potential of who they can be, who they can become. But this is someone who, when they met you and connected with you, they're realizing that it's not about the potential of who you can become. It's who you are now. You're basically, I don't want to say demanding, but giving off the energy of love me for who I am now, or let me go. But don't come to me with any kind of sneaky behavior. Don't come to me thinking that you're going to hide anything. It's kind of like the idea that maybe you're an empath. I don't really like the word empath or all the labels of everything. I used to get very much enveloped in all that stuff, but I don't really like it, but I'm hearing it right now as kind of, let's talk about an empath for a minute. Sometimes empaths are really good at being empaths because it's a trauma response. Growing up, they had to adjust, I guess, to the people in their environment. And if you were in abusive situations or you were around people who made you feel unsafe, you had to learn their personality. It was like a game of strategy always growing up, even in your adulthood. Just like I have to watch people because it's like I've always got people, you know, over my back. There's always these demons and entities after me, you know. It's because you came here for a higher purpose. So you've learned lessons now in life that people who could even be older than you haven't yet. They can sense this about you. They can sense it. They know that you know how to read people. They can't bullshit you. They can't, you know, I don't think they want to. I'm telling you right now, I don't think this is somebody who wants to bullshit you, but maybe something they've done or something somewhere made you want to move away from them, or just be like, a little harsher with them, because perhaps there were some things and some actions on their part where you could have sensed a bit of deception, like, you know, sneakiness. But maybe this wasn't their intention to be sneaky in any way. I don't know. Who is this? This certainly ain't everybody, because some people are definitely trying to be sneaky and deceptive. But this person's telling me that they're not trying to be sneaky or deceptive. They want you to get to know them for who they really are, and they want you to know that they do stand in your corner and they have your back. Again, I think somebody just wants to be on the same page as you. That's what I'm going to put. Oh my God, you know what I just heard? If this is someone who's used to being kind of praised by their environment, by the majority of people around them, you know, like let's say the majority of feminine energies, at least around them, are like always doting on this person, saying how incredible they are and strong and kind and whatever. But you're like, you know how many kind people do really not good things? Just because somebody's sweet and kind and knows how to win over the hearts of many people doesn't mean they're a good person. So I'm going to be looking in you, not at you. Damn. That's it. That's the message. I'm getting a confirmation. Yes. It's because someone knows that you don't care about the outside and how someone comes off, because some of the best abusers are really sweet in society and everybody loves them. But that can also be someone who is not a great person. Think of, what was that murderer? What is up with me and murderer lately? What was that murderer? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? He would always get people to like help him with his car. He had like a whole double life. Didn't he have a girlfriend who had a kid? Oh my God. What was his name? He was a serial killer and everybody loved him. He was super charming. I'm not really big on the true crime thing, but I can't remember his name. I'm gonna look it up, hold on. Who was the serial killer that would get people to help him with his vehicle? Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. I'm also hearing Teddy. Yeah, Ted Bundy, that's it. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who can be like, oh, I'm a sweet person, I'm this and that, and I would never harm you, I would never do anything to, you know, everybody loves me. And you're like, that doesn't mean that you're not a cheater. That doesn't mean that you're not a pedophile. That doesn't mean that you're not a rapist. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna try to get me to go somewhere with you alone and off me somewhere and chop me in little pieces. That doesn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what, but I don't think this is that type of a person. And that's my point. In this video, I think this could be someone who is actually genuine. And it's not that you haven't seen them this way. It's not that you haven't really felt that from them, but something must have turned you off. Something made you be like, no, 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 no. And they know this, and it could have offended them, you know? It could have offended it or bruised this person's ego a little bit or kind of hurt their feelings. I think you hurt someone's feelings because they feel like maybe you assume something about them, but you're like, I'm not assuming shit. I'm not angry either. Do you see me, like, upset over it? I've had to cut a lot of people loose in my life. It's kind of like that. I'm not assuming shit. I'm going off of my gut and kind of what I've been shown, and it's just going to be a no for me. And you kind of like put up some sort of wall, or maybe you were really harsh about something, or whatever you did was different than what they're used to, is what I want to say. And you may even be thinking like, harsh? They haven't seen harsh. You want to see harsh? Shit, I was just pulling away. You want to see harsh? You can get harsh, you know? I'm not here to make enemies, but at the same time, I'm also not here worrying about how many friends I have either, so it don't hurt me at all. You know what I mean? Like, you're not tiptoeing on someone's feelings. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard, I'll know when I go back and edit this video, but my cats just got into a fight. I have one of my cats that I rescued. He still isn't fixed, if you will. And even though he's just playing, he gets very aggressive with the other cats. And sorry, my heart's racing because I thought he was hurting one of the cats. It sounded pretty awful, but I had to separate them. That's not a coincidence. I don't really want to get too far into it because I'm already kind of far into this video and I have a lot to do today. I have to go bathe my grandma. I have a lot. But that's probably the point here. You may even be thinking with somebody like, you know what, I wouldn't mix with your friends. I probably wouldn't mix with the people that you hang around, the people that you like and stuff. I wouldn't mix in with your society, your community. So, you know, it reminds me of like Anastasia, that movie Anastasia the cartoon. It reminds me of that. Or even Pretty Woman. You know the movie Pretty Woman, how she walks into the store and she's like, big mistake, big, huge, you know. It's like someone who led a different life. And because of that, they're very smart and very wise, but in their own way. And they can come off wrong to other people who could be very sensitive, and other people who just, it's like you just, you know, I'm not worried about, what is that meme? Wednesday Addams, that's another example. It's like you're the Wednesday Addams. It's kind of like, they laugh because I'm different, but I laugh because they're all the same. Or they say, you can't sit with us, and it's like, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, somebody can sense this about you. You don't mind being different. You love being different. You've been different your whole life. It ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? And you're a fucking adult now. And you're not going to try to, like, make someone like you. They either like you or they don't. And it doesn't hurt you if they don't. You're used to it. You're probably more used to people not liking you, betraying you, being fake to your face, than people who are sincere. People who accept you for who you truly are. You don't mind separating yourself. You're like, I'm not a part of these people. I'm very different. And if I see something, I'm going to say something. I don't just be like, everything, this, and that. Like, you have a lot you could say, basically. And it's almost like this is someone who's even wondered, like, would you fit into their life? Would you fit into their, there's like a hair. It's probably a cat hair. Would you fit in? I mean, maybe it's not like that, but they may be thinking, oh, if I were to like pursue Aries or Crosswatcher, would they kind of like, I don't know how the people around me would take them. And you're like, this is why you should probably leave me alone and stay on your side of the fence. Whether I have feelings for you or not, doesn't matter. I can shut them off. I don't want to have to fit in. I also don't want to have to meet a whole bunch of people to see if they like me because they like you. What if I like to be by myself? What if I just want to connect with you on my own? I don't want to have to meet your bestie. I don't want to have to meet your family and see if, you know, what they think of me. I don't care what they think of me. We don't live in a world anymore where you can just meet people to meet them. It's all about, do they accept me? I don't need you to accept me. It doesn't hurt me one damn bit. But for some reason, they're on your stairs again wanting to catch up, or they will be, okay? Now, I don't know how this is going to resonate or if it even is resonating at this moment with you. Some of you may be like, I don't know if this is my message yet, but I think it could be in the near future. You'll start seeing this play out. You'll see what I mean when this person connects with you. I think they're on their way, at least energetically. They're figuring out how, because they can't just leave you alone. Like, there's something about you that's different, and maybe they want to know where you're going. It's like, why am I seeing somebody see someone walk in the woods and they're like looking back at their house and their community they have, and then they're looking at you walking into the woods by yourself, and they're like, should I stay here where it's comfortable and I've got all these things going on, and or should I follow into there where I don't know what the fuck to expect? I don't know what I'm gonna get. It's dangerous. Like, there's like a danger sign or a warning sign on you. Like, you freak someone out a little. You're very different. They're like, oh, I could get hurt. This may be someone, like, I don't know. I hope this isn't an individual who approaches you because they think that you need some sort of help in some way. Don't we all? What if they actually needed more of the help than you did? They're all in their safety net, in their little safety bubble, and you're out there on your own. So you're like, okay, I'm not begging you. You want to come into the woods? You want to follow me and see where I'm going? See what's going on with me in my life? Try to understand. You want me to be your test subject? Is that what it is? I mean, what is it really, you know? I feel like someone knows that you're not gonna like spare their feelings, and you don't expect them to spare yours, but you're almost like, back up. Stay over there in your comfort zone, in your little bubble, if you're gonna try to bring some shit over here to me. But for some reason, this makes somebody want to get to know you more. At first, it was like off-putting. It made them pull away from you, and they've been like retreating and thinking and wondering, but they keep going back to you mentally. They keep wondering and thinking about you. This is where we're at right now. I'm going to leave this here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me on my journey. Thank you for growing and transforming with me and respecting all of the many changes that I've gone through since I've been on this channel and in this life. I love you. Thank you. Namaste.